Hello, ladies and gentlemen, starseeds, tarot lovers, and beautiful souls. Welcome back to another day, another edition here on the Hourglass. And today we will be doing Divine Masculine Energy Update. Now, keep in mind, your Divine Masculine could be a male or a female. It's the energies that we're talking about today that's going to come through the cards. Yeah, this could also be pertaining to the Divine Masculine energy within you, Divine Feminine. So take it how it resonates. Leave what doesn't resonate with you, all right? Don't take it personal. If it's triggering you, to step back and look at the situation more deeply. And also to help you rediscover who the fuck you really are. All right? So, yeah. So let's begin. I want to jump right into it today. I'm going to be using a few decks today, you guys. So there may be a lot of information that's coming through. So let's begin. Divine Masculine, what energies? So not every Divine Masculine energy update video is going to pertain to your Divine Masculine. Thousands of different Divine Masculines, millions. All right, so take it how it resonates, you guys. If you're interested in a personal reading, I'm closed at this time for any schedules, but I'll let you guys know. All right, so let's begin. Divine Masculine, what's going on? What's the topic with you, Divine Masculines? Oh my gosh. So the High Priestess came through. The High Priest. The High Priest is the Divine Masculine energy in this deck. And we have the Hunter. Interesting. And then we have You Are Not Alone. Guardian Angel. Wow. So Divine Masculine, you guys may have this intent to create, and we have tracked down your fears and desires. So a lot of your Divine Masculines right now are fighting their fears and some desires going on here with them. So I'm going to skim through the book. That's because I'm not too familiar with all of the cards, so bear with me. So here we go. So it says, recognize that you have the power to change your life, Divine Masculine. Face your fears and align with the light. So we have two cards that denotes or signifies fears. So a lot of you guys, Divine Masculine, are going through a lot of their fears. A lot of them may be really reflecting on why they have these fears. So they may be triggered in life with what they're going through right now, or the Divine Feminine is triggering a lot of fears and desires in these Divine Masculines. So they may be watching you however they're doing it. You may be blocked. They may have blocked you. You may have blocked them. But it's stirring up, it's triggering a lot of fears in this Divine Masculine. We also have You Are Not Alone. So their ancestors, their guardian angels, their spirit team may be in fact communing with them or communicating with your Divine Masculine. I see the Megatron star going on here. I hope I said that right. I didn't butcher that. But again, we have the hawk signifying a lot of wisdom and like seeing things from a more higher point of view is what I believe, but I'll get back to that. I don't want to make any mistakes today on this reading. All right, so let's get back to the book. Yes, this is the Divine Masculine in the physical. Interesting. This Divine Masculine may be bridging between worlds right now as well, for the future. Wow, so they're creating their future right now. In their leadership positions, they may be practicing a lot of traditions as well, or they're getting more spiritually connected and disciplined with their creator, or who they acknowledge as their creator. Interesting. Again, practicing some type of tradition, some type of spiritual tradition. So your Divine Masculine may be saging, or they may have mantras, affirmations. They may be changing their routine, changing their mindset from a more spiritual aspect right now. Wow. So they're bridging heaven and earth. So they're taking a lot of their divine wisdom, a lot of their divine downloads, and they're implementing something like the Hierophant in the traditional tarot, where they're in this teacher-student phase, where they may be learning a lot from their mistakes, their experiences, and changing it for their future. Interesting. So again, Rome wasn't built in a day, you guys. So this may take some time. I'm not saying that every time they get an epiphany or they get some type of enlightenment, they're going to implement it right away. You're dealing with Divine Masculines, male or female, that went through like 100 years of programming and conditioning. This divine masculine in particular is starting to change that. So it's not going to change in a day, you guys. Keep that in mind. All right, so yeah, so it's like they're starting to come to the full awareness that everything they're giving their attention or energy to, attention and energy to, is creating their way to move forward. So they're starting to see why they had so many setbacks. They're starting to accept those experiences that led to those setbacks. They're having a deeper understanding of themselves, of their spirits. All right, they're knowing that their ancestors, their guides, their spirit team is trying to guide and communicate with them. They may be giving them directions in their thoughts or in their dreamlike state, and it's helping them to grow, heal, and expand. Wow. So they're starting to watch, they're starting to pay close attention to what's happening right before their eyes. So I want to go back and find this heart energy, hawk energy. Some of you may have hawk totems. This divine masculine may be in this hawk energy again with this higher vision. They're starting to complete tasks that and make more important decisions. All right. Woo. Yeah, they're learning the powerful lesson of expanding with their knowledge and wisdom. Yeah, so they're definitely reflecting a lot of experiences that they have, and they're using the wisdom to move forward. So let's go to this hunter's energy. I love that hunter's energy card. That's like really intense energy right there. So it says, track down your fears and desires. Track down all your fearful thoughts and feelings. When you find them, you will find your desires too. So again, they're starting to push away that veil of darkness, of fears, of shadows, of illusions, and they're starting to see their true desires coming up from the darkness, from the deep depths that they have buried them in. All right. So this card also depicts the stag god of the wild. So some of you may be very familiar with that. You may have some type of connection with the stag god, Celtic background, druids for some of you that came to mind. All right, so the hunter's card helps you connect with an energy is both fearful and fearless. So your divine masculine may need to balance those two feelings or emotions within themselves. It says fears are the only things that are standing between you and what you desire at this time. Yeah, so your divine masculine is starting to have that higher vision, starting to have all that wisdom and seeing that their own fears has been detouring them from their desires. I'm going to use the word detour. All right. So they're coming face to face with them. All right. The hunter to those wild animals in the forest. That's what's going on. They have buried a lot of their desires because of fear, and they're starting to have the confidence, the strength at this time. And they're starting to use their power to make a difference. Ooh, wee. I'm loving this spread today. Yeah, so keep looking at this moon right here. I think that's the crescent, the waxing crescent moon. And it talks about courage, moving forward in faith. All right. So it kind of like, and then we have the eye here for your discernment, your intuition, and then we have the sun icon going on here. So again, very masculine energy. I do feel to say that your divine masculine is coming aware. They're coming they're being in the present. They're being very direct. They're holding space for their faith. They're having a more clear understanding of their purpose. Beautiful. They're being given the opportunity to face a lot of aspects of their past or bringing some type of closure to a situation. This could be between you, divine feminine. Maybe they had a lot of confusing thoughts, conflicting thoughts because of their fears, operating from that fear base. And now they're starting to have closure in what really what really happened between the both of you or in this connection. All right. Some of them may have been haunting. This may have been very haunting or very tormented to them, you know. So if you're a man, a male divine masculine, this card represents your masculinity and the opportunity to know yourself more deeply. If you're a feminine, divine masculine or a female divine masculine, this card represents your capacity to be strong and powerful and overcome limitations. So let's jump into your divine masculine's feelings and emotions. For some of you, divine masculine still feels depressed about what happened between the both of you. Some of them feel really saddened that they did not catch on in time. They were a very slow learner. Yeah, so they kind of feel really saddened or really depressed that they just did not catch on in time, and they may have lost you, or they're feeling like they have lost this connection. They feel the void here. Seeing things from a higher perspective, higher vision. Is that what it says? Yeah. So they're getting more knowledge. So it may have taken this divine masculine a very long time to move their fears, move their pride aside, and see that they truly desire something like this connection with their divine feminine. So they're bored. They're really uninterested in what's going on in their life. Again, the more this divine masculine, divine feminine heal, the more they start to see that what they were holding on to or what they wanted to be in control of really is not that interesting. And it's causing a lot of jaded energy, jaded hearts here. I feel like this divine masculine is waiting for a change between the both of you. They want to be comforted. They're bored, and they're trying to see, like, it's almost like they're waiting to be comforted by the divine feminine, or they're waiting for the divine feminine to change his or her energy so they could come back and reassure this divine masculine. So this divine masculine may be very much still in their comfort zone. They may be still in a safe space, or they just feel safer in the silence right now. Again, some of them feel very resentful and angry that the things that they were fighting for, the things that they were fighting to hold on to, was really not that important. So they may be in a timeout. You may have put this connection, divine feminine, on pause, and your divine masculine is now giving themselves closure onto why this happened. Maybe in the past they was just too full of themselves to see. Okay, so this card didn't want to go back in. We have disgust. Wow. So I was saying that they were deeply saddened, but they're actually disgust. They now understand why their divine feminine was repelled because of their disgusted actions. Some of you divine feminines may have decided to dump your guys' divine masculine in the trash. Again, you put this person on a timeout. You pause the game on this person. But it helped them to see things in a higher version, in a higher vision. All right? Empowered. Yeah. So they want to get out of their comfort zone. They want to get out of feeling disgusted and resentful of their own actions. And they want to be more powerful. They want to be more capable of going after their desires. They want to be more fearless. But it's a very delicate balance here for some of them. All right, so we have surprised. So some of their guardian angels may have surprised them. Again, they may have gotten a lot of divine downloads that put a lot of things into perspective for this divine masculine. All right, they're using their masculinity. They're beginning to overcome any type of limitations. And it's surprising to them. They're surprising themselves is what I just got. So let's get some name dropping here. Let's get some zodiac energies out here. Keep in mind, the zodiac signs really don't matter. It's just the energies that they may be embodying. So your divine masculine may be, let's say, a Pisces, and say the Emperor comes out as Aries. They may, again, embodying that Aries energy, getting into that fiery passion, that authoritative as a Pisces. So that side of that Pisces is coming through. You get what I'm saying? So don't leave the zodiac names or signs derail you from the true message that's coming through today. I feel like this person is waiting for the divine feminine to give them a peace of mind, to reassure them that even though of their disgusting habits and behaviors, they are still their one true love, or their divine masculine. They want you guys to empower each other, is what I just heard. They're ready to face their fears. They're looking they're looking at their demons in their face. They're face to face to their demons, to the wild animal inside, that primitive animal. Yeah. This divine masculine. Yeah, they're starting to see that how important the divine feminine is in their life. So let's get started here, you guys. Tell me more about this divine masculine. What is going on with this divine masculine? All right. All right. So we have the 10 of Cups with the 7 of Wands wanting to come through. We have Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio energy. We do have a lot of fire. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. So I'm definitely feeling like they're protecting some type of emotional happiness. That makes sense. Emotional balance, or they're trying to protect. They're trying. Okay, so wherever they're at right now, it's not a stable ground, and they're trying to protect some type of happiness that they're having right now. So this may be a secret. They may be protecting or guarding others off of what makes them happy or what gives them some type of reassurance. So if you know for a fact, divine feminine, that you were one of those few people that made your divine masculine's heart melt, you know for a fact that you brought a lot of joyous energy to this person, I feel like they're trying to protect that from others now. So again, they may have let a lot of outside influences detour or derail them from doing the right thing, or even help them sacrifice their true happiness, which is you, divine feminine, and their disgust. They feel nauseated. They feel sick to their stomach when they think about it. And that's all they do is think about it, because what's going on in their reality, it's boring. All right. And they want to get back into this empowered. They want to have this strong love. And I feel like they're going to do whatever it takes to protect that. So they're coming face to face with these wild animals in their life. Pause. Unpause. Yeah. So what I got here, you ladies and gentlemen, is that your divine masculine is really trying to protect, because now that they're aware of their fears and what they truly desire now, right? They're coming into this delicate balance of being fearless and fearful, right? So I'm seeing here that they're trying to protect, or they're willing to protect. I feel this phrase to say, sorry, I got I got stressed out because I had to run back up the stairs. So what I'm feeling to say here is that they're willing to stand for what they believe in, even if they stand alone. All right, they're ready to face these people that threatened their happiness here. Because again, they're becoming aware. They're having a lot of epiphanies, reflecting on a lot of experiences, getting to that wisdom, and they're implementing it into their life to change their future, because they're bored. They're bored with the results that they're getting. Yeah. We have the 9 of Wands. So, in the past, they may have given up because of too many hurts. This is the wounded warrior card. So again, it's right under the hunter. So even though they feel hurt, they feel battered, they feel bruised, they're still willing to give it another try, whatever that may mean at this time. So it has a lot to do, because again, all of my divine masculine's energy update has a lot to do with their divine feminine. Their divine feminine has encouraged this divine masculine to step into their masculine energy. If your divine masculine is a female and you are a divine feminine that's a male, it could also be same sex. Take it how it resonates. You have encouraged your divine masculine to move past their limitations. This person is outside of the wall. They're not behind the barrier. They're in front of that barrier. So they have decided to move beyond the limitations, is what I'm getting. But they know they have to fight those beasts, those wild animals, those fairs, those shadows. You get what I'm saying? Let's move forward. 10 of Cups. So your divine masculine is fighting, whether you see it or not, whether things are moving in your connection or not, it's moving. All right. The wheel is constantly turning, whether you can see it or not. This person may be very disgusted at those around them, knowing that now they have to put boundaries and limitations against these people because, again, they're in their high priest energy. They're in their divine masculine energy. Wow. And it may be causing a lot of peace, a lot of happiness. We have Leo with the Strength card. So again, overcoming a lot of limitation, evil limitation for some of these divine masculine addictions, codependency energies, things that they were willingly keeping themselves bound to. They're starting to fight against that. And I feel the need to say with the Seven of Wands, they're not coming from anger anymore. They're coming from determination. They're coming from a place of confidence. Like, this is what I believe in, and I'm willing to stand up and fight for it, even if I stand alone. This divine masculine has their bow and arrow ready, so they're very aware of their target. They're ready to attack if necessary. All right, we have the Strength card. They still need to practice. They still need to work on their self-confidence, their self-esteem. They still need to, again, because they're having this delicate balance of being fearful and being fearless. So they're still having to balance the divine feminine energies within themselves with that divine masculinity within themselves, having to move graceful, having to use their intuition, having to come from a more love-based energy. That's all feminine energy from in this person. So again, the divine feminine, you could have been, again, a regular person, and this divine masculine did not see you for who you were because of their fears. They were living from a more fear-based ego. And when you came along, you had this gentle strength to humble this person, to nurture this person, to reassure this beast of who they were. So it's almost like Beauty and the Beast. Even though they was very repulsive and disgusting their behavior, you still saw potential. You still unconditionally love this person, and it empowered them. It made them feel strong. It made them feel powerful. It made them feel capable of conquering that world. The divine feminine, you gave this divine masculine the ultimate happiness, the ultimate bliss, this rich love, this alignment. You get what I'm saying? Now it's like they're using that energy to stand alone, to fight for what they believe in. They're using that energy to be confident in these higher visions that they're getting, to implement it into their life, to bridge the gap between heaven and earth. You get what I'm saying? And remember, heaven is like a feminine energy, feminine kind of energy. Yeah, so they need to balance themselves out with the Strength card to go after their goals, their desires. That's in the forefront. But right now, it's like they're trying to balance it. That's what they're working on right now. And again, Rome was not built in a day. So this person is not going to conquer the spiritual practices that they're doing right now as well. Excuse me, you guys. My babies are coming home. So my dog is greeting them right now. So I'm here looking at the Strength card. And it could talk about sexual tension as well. So they may be, at times, they get really weak as well. And they have to kind of like discipline themselves. Because I feel like there's a lot of discipline and determination energy that's coming from this spread today with the divine masculine. So yeah, they're looking for this inner strength, this inner power inside of them. They're trying to be calm and patient as well with that board. I feel like they're trying to be patient for the divine feminine as well. Tell me more about the Seven of Wands. What is that about? Seven of Wands, please. All right, so we have the Queen of Wands. Now, let me get some more cards and then I'll clarify that Queen of Wands, because it could be someone that they're trying to, this could be someone that's very seductive. This could be somebody that's out of convenience, that's in this divine masculine's reality, in their physical environment. This could be somebody that they're trying to guard themselves away from. This could be somebody that's sexually manipulative. Could be a narcissistic energy as well. All right. So we have the King of Wands coming out here, and then we have the Devil. Like I said, they're trying to. When I saw the Strength card, I knew the Devil was going to come, because you have to find that inner strength, that inner courage to sever ties or to move into a love-based energy. All right. The Devil talks about very sexual energy as well. It could be obsessions. This divine masculine could be very sexually obsessed with their divine feminine, or this may be one of the issues that they're trying to fight here. Some of them could have been, oh damn, I threw my other deck all across the way here. So some of your divine masculine could have experienced sexual trauma, and this is something that happened to them as a adolescent or a teen, something that was very inappropriate sexually, and it caused a lot of fears in their life, and it's like unknowingly, it's like so embedded in their subconscious that they don't know that it's a fear. So even if it was inappropriate, it caused some type of fear of inadequacy as a masculine energy, or it tapped into that masculine energy where things was done inappropriately from somebody that it was not supposed to be done by, and they seem to be attracted to women that kind of rush themselves on them, or men that kind of pursue them really heavily, and it could be stemming from some type of sexual trauma from the past, and they're now having to face these shadows, these fears, these scary monsters about themselves. It could have a lot to do with sexual addictions as well, codependency, a lot of evil limitations. I feel like they're now coming to the understanding that they have willingly attached themselves to these negative or dark, evil, disgusting habits. So they're facing those things about themselves. This could be a divine masculine was a creature of the dark, could not see the light in a lot of their situations. They was just full of victim mentality of fears. They could not. They were living in darkness. They were wandering in darkness. Now they have the strength to face. They have the strength to really, what was I gonna say there? Now they have the strength to release these limited beliefs. They're exploring these dark thoughts, these dark attachments, and they're now detaching themselves. They're guarding themselves from it. We have this Ace of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. So, you know, they may be coming to a full, okay, so if your divine masculine is married, they're now coming to the awareness that they have to cut that marriage away. They have to have a divorce, because this person may be a man-eater. I just heard that. It's like this person, it's like they're finally coming to the awareness that if they get a divorce, it's going to free them from a lack mentality of poverty, a poverty mindset, or just living in a cold world. Because right now they're bored, they're disgusted with their living arrangements, with their lifestyle, and cutting whoever this is away that they're trying to defend themselves from. Yeah. So another scenario is divine feminines are that's watching. Another scenario here is that your divine masculine is very attracted to you. They could feel that you're still sexually attracted to them. You guys is the king and queen of wands. You guys may have a lot of fun, a lot of rich fun, a lot of rich sex. You guys bring emotional fulfillment to each other. Again, so what's coming through now is that divine feminine, you have that inner strength, that inner confidence to tame the ferociousness in this divine masculine, and he's very intrigued of it. You surprise this divine masculine with this way of you. You know, you may be very dainty, or you're very slim, thick, or you just, they never expect a woman or a feminine energy to have that type of control over them, but it's not a bad thing. I feel like they want to run to you. I keep hearing the song, I want to run to you. Yeah. I want to run to you. Yeah. So, you know, they want to try again, but it's like some type of nervousness or awkwardness. I feel the need to say that they're embarrassed for their disgusting habits or their addictions. Hey, they're they're embarrassed that they settle for a very bad situation as well, or they settle for what was happening in this connection. They did nothing about it. They choose to settle in their comfort zone, and that was pure darkness. But they know now, with You're Not Alone, that their guardians are here to help them. And now they're looking away from what they willingly attach themselves to because of Fae. So you get what I'm saying? Now that they're stepping into this high priest, their masculine divinity, they're now facing their demons. They're facing their fears. They are working on balancing out the fearful and the fearless energies within themselves to bring them the empowerment to help them be capable of achieving happiness. They're now willing to stand alone and fight. They're willing to stand up for what they believe in, even if they stand alone. But again, it's embarrassment. There's a little bit of hesitation because they've been battered, they've been wounded. It's like they don't want to be hurt anymore. They just want to be consoled. I just want to be reassured that running to you, your arms is going to be open. It's like they have some type of truths to tell you. They want to make things clear between the both of you. It's like they want to come out of the cold. They want to bring each of you out of the cold and just open your arms to me. Baby, come to me. Yeah. Put your loving arms around me. That's what I'm hearing. Baby, come to me. They want you to do divine feminine. The divine masculine wants you to follow the divine light. They want you to trust your intuition and follow the light. Follow the light, divine feminine. They want to make things very clear to you, divine feminine. They want to stop this confusion. But are you willing to put in that work? They don't want to put in this work alone and get hurt. So they're afraid of being hurt, but they're facing that fear. Yeah. They're afraid of being hurt. And they know they have hurt you. They know that they have caused a lot of confusion. Some of them may be giving themselves closure, healing this broken heart, because you're not the only one that's broken heart, divine feminine. Especially when your divine masculine moves out of that ego, fear-based energy. They start to heal themselves. They start to forgive themselves. And therefore, they want to come back together because, again, they're healing those both energies within themselves. And therefore, they recognize who you are. You are a reflection of their divine femininity energy within them. You get what I'm saying? So naturally, they're going to be drawn to try to heal things with their divine feminine in the physical. They're ready to move forward past this hurt. They're willing to try again. What I'm focusing on, my eye is focusing on that yellow hue around the heart. And yellow, again, yellow signifies creativity, spirituality, wisdom, joy, creation. Let me get one more card. Look again. So we have the Queen of Rods showing up twice. We have the Knight of Rods. All right, so listen. Your divine masculine have been seeing a lot of signs, synchronicities, symbols, guiding them, because again, they're communicating with their guardian angels. They're not alone. They've been seeing the light in their darkness, and they want their divine feminine to see the light in her as well. Some of you, your divine masculine, consider you as their lighthouse, as their divine light that's guiding them as well out of the darkness. Now we have the Queen of Wands showing up twice. There may be a lot of fear of a tower moment that may happen, because again, this divine masculine is very aware. They have been reflecting. They have isolated themselves. They have been protecting their energy, guarding themselves from others, from addictions, from habits, things that they were holding on so tightly to, fighting the divine feminine on. They decided to block that out. They decided to release those limited beliefs, but they're hurt. They're hurt, divine feminine. You may not be seeing all these wars and these battles that they're fighting, but they are fighting. And they're hurt. They're hurt to know that the way that they were living was not the truth. It was illusions. So they're hurt. Mentally, they feel broken. Spiritually, emotionally, physically, they could be very wounded as well. And again, divine feminine, you are that guiding light. You are the lamp in that darkness. They see now that whatever they built with you was not real, and it had to come down. It had to come down. And it was painful. And if they could have taken it all back, they would have. But they had to go through it. They had to go through it. And now they're giving themselves closure. And they're hoping that you're giving yourself closure as well. They know that you could do it also. They want to reassure you. They want to comfort you, because the both of you has been out in the cold. Addictions. They were fighting a lot of addictions, you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, they have decided, they had that awakening, they had that enlightenment, that they had to get rid of those things. They had to cut out the bullshit. And it was painful, because this is routines, this is habits, conditioning programs that they have been going through. Their forefathers, their dad, their mom, hundreds of years of conditioning and program this divine masculine had to fight, had to protect themselves from. Some of you, this person could be dealing with a very high-spirited feminine. Could be masculine or female. Could be male or female. But a very high-spirited fire energy. All right? I feel like this fire energy... I feel the need to say that this fire energy was a very angered, cold, used a lot of aggression. This person was very dull, and this is probably why we have bored. So your divine masculine could have been attached to someone that was very boring, and possibly only using sex as a means, sex or addictions as a mean to hold your divine masculine. But they realize now that they have been settling for a lot of bad situations with this person. They're now looking away from this person, and this person is bowing their head in shame, because this person, male or female, with all of this fire energy, was very bullyish. They were very aggressive. They could have been very demeanoring, demanding, greedy, insecure, jealous, pushy. They're now starting to see that they have bowed to the wrong energy. They have come to the awareness that they have willingly attach themselves to this person out of fear. So this person may have a lot of dirt on your divine masculine. They may have just have a way of pressing your divine masculines. You know, this could have been a trauma-based bond with this person, and now that they're healing from that, they're giving themselves closure. My ears are ringing. Now that your divine masculine has given themselves closure, they're now deciding to cut their self away from this person, because they were very fearful of them. But they're starting to see how disgusted they are of the lifestyle they built with this person, or they try to build with this person. All right. So we do have a little bit of red flags here. I must say that this may be an on and off situation with your divine masculine. They may run to you to get comfort or reassurance when this person begins to start bullying them, being very demanding of them. So they may go back and forth with this person because, again, they're trauma bonded. They may feel very unworthy of the divine feminine because, again, the divine feminine is offering unconditional love, understanding, acceptance, and this person is bullying them. Maybe they came from a background where this was normal, this was familiar, and this is why they're attaching themselves to this person. But again, they're working on stepping into their own divine, their divinity. So that's what I'm saying. This person has been traumatized, and moving out of traumatic situations and moving into freedom may be very uncomfortable for a lot of these divine masculines. It's almost like a caged dog, a caged animal for years living in a cage, and when they're free, they don't know how to act. They want to run back in the cage because they think that that's more safe, but it's stunting their growth. So have compassion, divine feminines. Nobody said you have to put your life on hold, but actively wait. Hold space in your heart for your divine masculine. Pray for this person. Pray for this karmic person, because this person is very angry. I feel like when your divine masculine starts to step in their divinity, this very fiery person, this demanding person, starts to bully them, starts to use aggression on them. I feel they're very catty, very manipulative with sex, and they could be very unfaithful to this person because of their own jealousy, because of their own insecurity. Maybe in the past, your divine masculine may have cheated on this person and they use it on them all the time. Yeah, freedom. Didn't I just discuss that? This divine masculine is traumatized, all right? And moving into a freedom, breaking away from traumatic experiences is very uncomfortable for them. It's like they don't feel safe being free. So keep that in mind, you guys. You're dealing with somebody that feels very broken here, but it's like they know what they have to do. They know what brings them happiness, but they're so attached to this trauma bond. And they're starting to isolate themselves. Addictions came up twice. This love is getting harder to hide. So for some of you, divine masculine have already told this person that they love you, and they may be wrapped up or entangled in some type of situation with this other person due to addictions. Maybe they cannot make a living on their own, and this person who's very bullyish or aggressive towards your divine masculine rubs it in their face, tells them that, very degrading as well. So this person reminds your divine masculine on the fact this person reminds your divine masculine all that they have done for them. So they have a very heavy dark limitation on your divine masculine, and they're trying to protect themselves from that person, but it's hurting them. This person is hurting them. All right, so I'm not going to take all those cards. All right, so we have, I'm tired of sitting back. They're tired of being where they're at. They're tired of living in that cage because they want to go out there and grow. They want to be happy. Yeah, they're stuck in the past. Yeah. Envy. Ooh. Bottom of the deck, living my life detached. So your divine masculine may be putting on this persona like they're unbothered. They have everything under control. This connection is not affecting them. They're not affected by what's happening, the changes in their life, but they are. There's a lot of envy here. This could be the same person that they're attached to by obligations, through addictions. They could even have children with this person because this person may be addicted to sex. This person may have given your divine masculine, male or females, orgies, threesomes, may have let them roam into other connections or other attachments while they do the thing, because this person is very unfaithful to your divine masculine. I feel like your divine masculine is very aware of what's happening, but again, it feels familiar. It feels safe. Your divine masculine could have came from a background where their mother was cheated on, abused from their dad. They may have saw some type of abusive relationship in their childhood, and growing up in that type of environment feels safe. It feels normal, but it's not. And they're starting to see that they're getting bored, they're getting disgust. Some of them are very sick to their stomach that they're reliving the past of which their parents did. It's disgusting. This whole lifestyle that your divine masculine has built up, it's disgusting and it's falling apart. And somebody's desperately trying to hold it up. This person that your divine masculine is attached to, trauma bonded with, they get really angry when your divine masculine becomes quiet, when they isolate themselves, when they do not engage in whatever this person is bringing to the table, whether it's money, whether it's gifts, whether it's sex, whatever the case may be. This person gets very demeanoring. They degrade your divine masculine. They're stuck in the past. They may feel very obligated to this person. Maybe this divine masculine caused this person, this karmic person, a lot of hurt as well. This divine masculine may have invested in a business that didn't go too well, and now they feel like they owe this person. They may have children together. They feel very obligated to stay and help. So again, stuck in the past. They may have saw their single parent go through hell without the other parent, and this is why they don't want to separate themselves from this person because of children. But they need that strength. They need that inner strength, that inner confidence, that inner power to free themselves, to get up, because they're tired of sitting back. They're tired of sitting back. They're bored. They feel like their heart is jaded. They're wounded. They're disgusted. They're tired of living a lie. They're tired of not being free and happy. And I have a fae on this card. It says, this love is getting harder to hide. Affairs, mask, and admirer. They're getting tired of just letting you walk by or letting you go. And the more that they hide, they feel like the more the divine feminine is moving away. This person may travel a lot. So this divine masculine may have a lot of outside connections from this twin flame connection, from the divine feminine, even from this karmic person. Some of you, what I'm getting here to is some of your divine masculine may be bisexual and they're having other sexual relationships while they travel. Again, this is something that was taught to them. This is something that is a tradition. So it may have been passed on from a past life as well. This may be happening from fears, from feeling inadequate, insecure. So they go from different hubs or ports and they mingle with different people that are excited to see them. So the energy always refreshes. They don't have to deal with these people. It doesn't have to get serious. So every time they travel, it's like, wow, I'm so glad to see you. It's like excitement. And they like that. They don't like to get in a routine, yet they're in a routine. You get what I'm saying? They don't like anything too serious and heavy, yet they're causing that for themselves by wandering in this darkness. Some of them are holding on to a lot of incomplete knowledge. So we have here the topic of what they're going through, and we have a blockage of what's stopping them from standing in their full divinity, from what's stopping them from going after what truly makes them happy, what gives them freedom, from what's stopping them from being empowered and strong enough to pursue the divine feminine. And it has a lot to do with incomplete knowledge of who they are. They may have been robbed from who they are, their power. And it's due to, again, staying stuck in the past, envious people around them that's manipulating them, that's demeanoring to them. They want to be free, but again, being free makes them very uncomfortable because it's the unknown. They don't know how to change. For some of your divine masculine in the past, they didn't want to change, but now they're so disgusted, they don't know where to start. It's embarrassing that they have been putting up with this for a long time. Some of you, this person is working black magic on them. Some of them may have falsified documents, lied. Some of them may have lied about birth control. Some of your divine masculine may have been tricked into parenthood. And again, this brought a lot of shame. This brought a lot of trauma. All right. So let's see if we could get some guidance here for your divine masculine. This is very heavy. All right. This is very heavy. And it's almost like the more they take from these karmic people or partners, the more they feel they have the right to bully this divine masculine. But yet they're living their life like they're unbothered. With the Knight of Wands, they travel a lot. And again, I see that here with addictions. This person could be addicted to traveling to different places, not willing to stay in the same place too long. And that is some type of trauma-based response. Not wanting to get serious, not wanting to settle. So again, this karmic person may allow this divine masculine to do what they want, but then throw a fit. They throw a fit here. What is the guidance for the divine masculine's energy update today? Be patient came out in the reverse. Where's my little book for that? All right, so I'm going to read that from the book, and then we're going to wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys do enjoy when I do read for you. Makes me a little nervous, so I stumble sometimes, but bear with me. All right, so here we go. Sorry, I read that upside down. 21. So I feel like this divine masculine is very impatient because we do have, I'm tired of sitting back. They're very impatient here. So that's why be patient flipped in the reverse. And as I look at the illustration here, we see this feminine energy or this little girl hesitating to slide down. And we have this little girl in the yellow trying to encourage her or push her to go forward because they may be impatient as well. And again, it just feels like peer pressure, a lot of it just feels like a lot of pushiness going on in this card. So it says the physical universe vibrates at a slower pace than the mental ones does. Therefore, although it may appear that your spirit's desire is far away at this very moment, this isn't actually true. Rather, it's in process of coming into realization. Simply be patient and know that the universe, in cooperation with your beautiful spirit, is working on your behalf. Just as the hidden roots of a plant are grounded and fed by Mother Earth, long before the flower buds and opens into bloom, so too is your divine creation in the process of becoming a reality. Quiet your impatient ego and feel the pulse of the universe as it joyfully feeds your personal intention. Even though you may not see the results at this moment, something quite powerful is in the works. Relax and rest, relax and rest in the knowledge that the universe always supports your divine spirit in all of its sacred aims. Trust in divine order and give things more time. So we have here sacred aim. So we have the hunter with the sacred aim going on here. And I did mention that the wheel is always turning, whether we see the changes or not. Something is definitely happening in the background. All right. So what I'm gathering here with the tower as well, it's almost like this is the final revelation, the enlightenment, the push that your divine masculine needs to break out of this trauma-based, this disgusting lifestyle. But we have to be patient. This divine masculine has to be patient as well because we see a lot of time cards here as well. I'm tired of sitting back. We have bored with that masculine energy staring at the clock. So your divine masculine is very much impatient as well. But it's like they know, it's like they're being guided by their guardian angels to stay put until all has crumbled down. Whoever this person is attached to, this could be a mother, an aunt, female siblings, a child mother. This could even be males with this type of envious female energy around them. It's like they have to watch everything crumble, even though they're very fearful of the repercussions, the consequences, the hurt, the pain. They have to be patient and let this whole thing crumble down to move past it. So if it's like, even if they break away from it and free it, because the tower, because it's still standing, it's a high possibility that they will be sucked right back into the past, right back into the routines, the familiar. So something really drastic or unfortunate has to happen for this divine masculine to actually be freed, is what I'm getting, because of so long. And again, this may be happening with stuck in the past. This may be happening not only in your divine masculine's generations, but before them as well. All right, so this is something that has to be burnt, flood, purged out, is what I'm getting, for things to be purified and the new could grow again. All right, so I hope you guys found this reading very useful. If you did, please comment. Let's keep these free amazing readings going here on the Hourglass. Again, this was your divine masculine energy update. Stay tuned for Libra's Cafe. If you are a Libra or have any type of Libra energy or Libra placements in your chart, go and big up yourself. If you're a true divine twin flame, or if you're a true divine feminine that's holding space for your divine masculine, that sends light and love, that heals yourself so you could balance out that person in their reality as well. Again, you guys, if you have answered the call, you have answered the call to shift this world into a love-based energy. That's the whole point of the twin flame dynamic, is to break out of any fear-based, break out of the matrix, and you're shifting the world to a new world. You get what I'm saying? So it's not only about harmonious unions or meeting your divine masculine or getting over karmics. It's about the whole world shifting to that love-based energy. So you're one of the co-creators of the new world, divine feminine, divine masculine. Thank you so much for viewing this video today. Peace to you and those you love. See you guys in another video. Chat to you guys later. Ciao.